you're moving, as you're circling, let your lower back arch inwards a little bit. In other words, start to generate motion in your sacrum, so that at a certain point in your motion, your lumbar spine is arching inwards, maybe your whole spine is pulling out, but you're feeling that inward curve, and then you can release it, let it go, and go into the opposite. Your lumbar spine might actually bulge outwards a little bit. So you're playing with, but let's have it be a very small movement. Playing with the motion of your sacrum. Feel your sacrum, and feel how your sacrum can tip. It can tip forward, it can tip back. Just for now, maybe just move back and forth based on just tipping your sacrum just a little bit. Just feel that sacral tip that happens. You can feel how important your L5-S1 area is, because it enables your sacrum to kind of tip back and forth. And as you're letting your sacrum tip back and forth, I want you to tune into your sacrum and feel your sacrum. Feel it also in relation to your sacroiliac joints. Because as you tip forward, you're going to feel your sacroiliac joints kind of stretching out a little bit. And then as you let yourself go back again, the sacroiliac joints are going to kind of relax in a different way. And breathe deeply into your body. Now I want you to do something, you might not have done this before. I want you to thank your sacrum. Tune into your sacrum and actually thank it. Because your sacrum is this foundational support for your body's physical manifesting. I'm going to suggest that your sacrum corresponds to the jing, the physicalized essence, where the chi meets your physical body and gets stored. That's your jing. In Vedic thinking, at the base of the sacrum, you've got an energy center which corresponds to earth energy. Right around the perineum, you've got an earth entry zone. So the sacrum is very much about grounding and structure. It's about being at home in your body. And of course the sacrum is protecting your reproductive organs in many ways. The whole pelvis and sacrum. Extend your awareness all the way through your pelvis. See if you can feel your way into your hip joints. Elongate your spine a little bit and roll your sacrum till you can feel a little pull on your hip joints. Feel a sense of gratitude for your hip joints. Without functioning hip joints, you couldn't walk. Feel that connection. Now I want you to put your awareness into the gua. So the gua is a structure that's talked about quite a bit in Chinese Qigong theory, which is a little bit alien to the Western understanding. So the gua is that pocket that's between your vastus medialis and your adductor muscles in your thigh. So you may need to open your eyes and check out what I'm talking about. So here's your these thigh muscles, and the inner muscle, the one that's at about a 45-degree angle that runs down to the inside of your kneecap, or the side of your kneecap, is the vastus medialis right here. And then on the inside of your thigh, you've got the adductor muscles, right? Now if you come up to the top of the vastus medialis and the adductor muscle, you're going to find a little pocket. Oftentimes if you slip your hand into your pocket, if you're wearing pants, you'll go right into that little space, that little hollow space. It's right between your pelvic hip, inguinal groove, your hip bones, and the vastus medialis and the adductor muscles, right? So this is the gua. And what we want to do in Qigong is we want to actually pulse the gua. So it pulses open and then relaxes down, and then pulses open and relaxes down. It's easier to do standing, but it's entirely doable sitting too. So let's start pulsing into the gua. Breathing into the gua, pulsing into them. Let your sacrum gently move a little bit. Let your hip joints move. Feel the stretch on your hip joints, and then open into the gua. Take a deep breath. Now your breath actually anchors down into the gua. This idea in Chinese medicine that the kidney grasps the breath. When you start to realize the expanded nature of the kidney, you realize that the breath actually anchors down all the way through your pelvis, all the way down into the gua. All right, now I want you to locate your tailbone. Now you can locate your tailbone just with your mind, or you can always reach back there and feel, where is my tailbone? Where is the tip of my tailbone? Locate the tip of the tailbone and breathe into it. What you might notice when you breathe into the tailbone is it's a little bit like the it has a feeling a little bit like a water hose, that there's a certain kind of pressurized energy there when you breathe into it. Now take your mind to the inside of your tailbone. I want you to imagine or feel that you can actually bring your awareness to the inside of the tailbone, and as you stretch your spine up a little bit, you can actually draw your awareness and draw energy, draw qi, up the inside of your tailbone. This is the beginning of the channel of energy that runs up the spine. Breathe into your tailbone and see if you can feel what your tailbone feels like physically, because we often don't isolate the physical sensation of our tailbone. And then see if you can feel just whatever comes into your mind around the mindset of your tailbone. What is the mental quality of the tailbone region? Now bring your awareness up into the sacrum. There's a little kind of gap, a little jump. You have to move through the hiatus of the sacrum. Bring it up to that place where the tailbone and the sacrum meet. And if you're confused about where that is, feel free to touch it. Just slide your finger up from your tailbone to the beginning of your sacrum. There's that nice flat zone, the hiatus of the sacrum. And start to breathe into that. Now the hiatus of the sacrum has a very specific feeling. Let yourself feel it. It's a very innocent energy. And remember that the tailbone and the sacrum, especially the lower portion of the sacrum, correspond to that unicellular consciousness. They correspond to that very simple vibration. Very at